Nothing beats a slow-cooked classic. Let's make pot roast. Walk with me. Dzień dobry, my beautiful people. If you are wondering why I have skipped showing me preparing the meat, then I recommend you go watch that previous video I uploaded. And if it's something that you were not wondering about, you should be wondering about it now, and you should go watch the video anyway. You might even find something that you like. Here I have a whole chunk of beef that I've already cut down. We're going to season that, as well as our calendars, with pepper and some salt. And you're going to be very generous with the salt and pepper, on all sides, of course. Now, I'm only going to season these first 3 pieces now and these 2 pieces later because not all of them are going to fit in the pot right now, and I only want to season what I'm going to use immediately. Now, we take our cuts of beef and we massage those seasonings in. We want to make sure every piece is covered thoroughly. With our meat ready and seasoned, we have our Dutch oven. We're going to put it on a really high heat and add oil. What happens now is we put our beef in the Dutch oven and we're looking to get a nice sear on all sides. That'll be about 5 to 6 minutes per side. On second thought, I'm going to try to fit in 4 pieces because I don't have all day to make these in batches. 5 minutes have passed. Let us see how this beef is going along so far. We definitely have some nice color going. Look at this piece right here. The browning is even and beautiful. So what happens now is we give them all a flip. 5 more 6 minutes on the other side so that they can look just as pretty as the top. You see that? That's what we call fond. The success of this pot roast depends on what you see in the bottom of this Dutch oven right here. Man, let me tell you, my kitchen got very smoky making all of this damn meat. With that being said, it's all done. We have this delicious fond at the bottom. We're going to add the vegetables now. And what's nice about onion, carrot, and celery is that they can all go in the Dutch oven at the same time. I will also say please reduce your heat to about medium high when you add the vegetables. You don't want to burn them. It hasn't been very long at all and it already smells phenomenal in here. Now the nice part about adding the vegetables to the pot is that it gives you a chance to pick up those little bits on the bottom before we actually deglaze. These vegetables have been cooking, they've been humming away, but we're going to turn this up to the next level by adding my favorite thing ever, garlic. It's hardly been in the pan for 10 seconds and I already want to grab a spoon and start eating the vegetables out of the Dutch oven. It smells so good. If this is any indication as to how the dish is going to taste, this is going to be a very happy household tonight. The garlic has sauteed. My stomach is asking for food. But now we deglaze with balsamic vinegar and 32 ounces or 4 cups of beef broth. If you'd like, you can use reduced sodium beef broth. It's up to you. But whatever little bits of fond you didn't get off the bottom, now's your chance to get it up. Now this next part is optional, but because I like a thicker sauce, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of flour. Like I said, this is optional, but this is how I've always made it. And if there are any lumps after you finish whisking it, do not worry. It's going to cook out when we put this in the oven. How bad would it be if I decided to eat it just like this? I don't know if I feel like waiting a couple hours for it to cook in the oven. Let that cook for about 4 minutes. Now, will this pot roast be good enough to eat on its own? Yes. Could you have this with white rice? Yes. But damn it, I want mashed potatoes, so I'm making mashed potatoes. We're going to boil these in salted water until they are fork tender and we'll come back to them once they're done. Some time has passed and we're ready to add the beef back to the pot, but first we gotta add some things. One of those things being a little bit of mustard. Let's go ahead and add a tablespoon of brown sugar, some of that tomillo, that means thyme, and some bouillon. You can never get enough of that beef flavor. And now we gently and delicately add our beef back to the Dutch oven, as well as all of the juices that accumulated on this here plate. What happens now is I let the beef cook in with everything for a couple of minutes and we transfer this to an oven set to 350 degrees. I'm having a hard time mixing, as you can see. I don't feel like making more of a mess. You know, it's very unfortunate because I'm very hungry, but I now have to cover this and put this in the oven. This is gonna need at least 2.5 hours. This is going to be the longest 2.5 hours of my sorry life. As you can see, our potats have finished boiling. I've even given them a preliminary smashing. Next we go in with half a stick of melted butter. I may or may not need to add more. We'll see where the wind takes me. This is milk. I don't know how much that was. I'm eyeballing pretty much everything. And you better believe we're going in with the seasonings. This is black pepper. This is almost like a secret ingredient when you're making mashed potatoes. A little bit of ground nutmeg. Just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Garlic powder because garlic makes everything better. And you better listen to me when I say this needs a lot of salt. Let me get you down close in there. Look at that. Is it getting hot in here? Or is it just me? Look at how easily this meat pulls apart. This is ridiculous. At this point, the only thing left to do is to do it. So we start with that bed of mashed potatoes that I mentioned earlier. Man, I'm so goddamn hungry right now. I am happy that this is done. Now, as for me, I'm going to try to create a divot so that the sauce and such can just all into the potatoes and make it easier to scoop up. Then we grab a ladle full of that meat and put it right in there. And because I'm extra, I'm going to finish with just a little bit of parsley over the top of everything. You don't even have to tell me. I know you think this looks delicious, and I know you're going to make this yourself very soon.